Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to do a Home Depot test for version 12.5.2. It's gonna be a 19-minute drive, 9.3 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so we are at a parking lot, and FSD, as you can see, a twitching pattern on the steering wheel. So I think it's loading, and let's see if it's going to move. So we are still at a steering wheel twitching moment. Maybe I should disengage. So I'm trying to give it a lot of time to see if maybe it's just FSD trying to think its way through. So I'm sensing a bit of movement right now. Not an advance, but steering wheel quirks. Okay, so I'm gonna disengage and drive manually. And I just want to get out of the parking lot first, just so we can activate it where there are real roads that it can understand. So I'm just going to make a left and then activate FSD here. After, I mean. So we are at a stop. I'm just gonna cross it, then I'll activate. Okay, so I'm activated now.
Now turn right onto Merrick Road.
And I'm going to make a right here. Okay, so we have a clear path, so we'll be going straight. And we have a red light. Okay, so we have a green light now. And I was hoping that FSD would make a lane change, because in 1 mile we will be making a left. So good slowdown here because the car ahead of us is slowing down. Okay, good. Now we need to pick up speed though. Okay, good. We're picking up speed because there was a car that's fairly fast right behind us. So we are at a red light here, but I just want to comment that I feel more comfortable that FSD is on this lane because I don't have to think about how FSD would do when it's on the rightmost lane and it's now time to make a left to Wynsum Avenue. So we have a green light. Okay, so we are crossing a green light here, so in 0.3 miles we will be making a left.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Wynsum Avenue.
So we will be making a left
now
here.
Now turn left onto Wynsum Avenue.
Okay, so we will have some space soon right after this pickup truck. Okay, good. And we'll have the two always here on this avenue. Now we are at an all-way stop.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Sunrise Highway. Now turn right onto Sunrise Highway.
So we are at a stop here, but I don't see much because of some car that's parked. So we should have a space right after this. Okay, good, nice. So we will be continuing in this highway for 1.6 miles. Then we go to Wantagh Parkway. Okay, now we have a green light up ahead, so we will be able to make this one. Okay, we passed another light. We have 0.7 miles left. Okay, good slowdown here because of cars that are making a right. Okay, so we are slowly advancing. I'm comfortable here on this lane because we're gonna make a right anyway. Although it's still 0.5 miles, but I'm all good here. And now we have a green light.
In 1,000 feet, bear right towards Wantagh Pkwy North, Westbury. Now bear right towards Wantagh Pkwy North.
Okay, so we are making a bear
In
right
500
here.
feet, turn right to take the Wantagh Pkwy North ramp. Now turn right to take the Wantagh Pkwy North ramp.
So we are at an all-way. So again, we're stopping at 3. So we are stopping at 3 seconds on the stop, but my camera died. Okay, so that was a good lane change, but if I was driving, I would have done it even earlier. So we are close on this side with the pickup truck, I think because it was veering to our lane, but FSD was able to just go through it and didn't have to do anything, and the truck actually redirected itself. So we are continuing here for the next 2.8 miles and then we exit. Okay, so we are going to... Alright, so we made an abrupt slowdown here. And now we are down to 40 miles, but we just picked up speed again. So we have 1.2 miles left.
In 1 mile, take exit W3E on the right toward New York 24 East, Farmingdale.
So I noticed it was still about 1.2 miles away, but then it says it's 1 mile left. And I noticed that after the instruction ended, the verbal instruction, that's when we hit the 1 mile left mark here. Okay, so now we have some traffic up ahead, and okay, good. So we are making a lane change now for our eventual exit. So I didn't have to make the speed limit higher, just so we won't slow down the cars behind us. So as you can see, the passing lane, cars are passing through at a faster speed. And now we are going to exit.
Now take exit W3E on the right. Now turn left onto Loring Road.
So let's see what case we have here on the left turn. Okay, there is one car. I think that's about it. Okay, there's an approaching one as well, and there's one that's a bit fast. Okay, FSD's creeping a little. Alright, good.
Now turn right onto Hempstead Turnpike.
Now we are making a right. Okay, so we are at a stop, so we should have no problem moving. Okay, good. There were no incoming vehicles, so that's why it was an easy right turn. And now we have 1.1 miles left. Okay, so we got through that light on its yellow. Okay, so we have a green light, and now we are starting to move. Okay, another green. Okay, so we are stopping here. Okay, good, slow down. So we have a green light here. Okay, now we're making a lane change. Okay, good.
In 500 feet, turn right.
Now we are at a green, and we will arrive shortly to our destination. Now we're making a right in 300 feet. Okay, so I think this is the first
Now turn
time
right.
it's gonna make a right turn here, because usually it goes over to the light.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Okay, good turn. Alright, so I'm just gonna disengage now. So this drive was, I think it was an okay drive. Now the only thing is that when I started the FSD, I had to disengage because I waited for quite some time, that it didn't move, but I saw that the steering wheel was twitching. So I felt
Now
like
your destination is on the right.
I felt like it was thinking or loading or buffering, and so I kind of waited for as long as I can, but I had to disengage eventually because nothing was happening. And so I drove myself to the main road, and then that's when I activated FSD. And so it was able to make a right turn on Merrick. It was a simple one because there were no traffic approaching, so it was just a straight on right turn. And then I noticed that on Merrick Road, it was actually, wait, let me gather my thoughts. So we went right to Merrick Road, and then it was at the rightmost lane for a bit, but then eventually it made a lane change to the left lane, which was good because we had to make a left turn to Wynsum Avenue. And so I felt better for that. And so after that, we went to Wynsum and had 2 all-way stops, which was good. And then we had a right turn to Sunrise Highway, which was also good. It did a bit of a creep forward because I also can't see the cars that were approaching, but it's good at that time that there wasn't a lot of cars. So it was a straightforward right turn once I realized that the path was clear. So we went along Sunrise Highway, went to Wantagh, we did a stop there, and then we made a lane change to the middle lane because I think it noticed there was a car that was merging to that same lane. But the thing is, if I was driving, I would have made a lane change earlier than that. And so we went through Wantagh, and then it went to lane change on to the passing lane, but then it was about to be running a bit slower than the traffic because I saw from the cars behind me that they are already right behind, and I felt like I'm kind of holding them back. But as I was about to make the manual change of the speed limit, FSD was already making a bare right, so I didn't have to. And so it exited, although it was a bit slow, but the thing is, I think it's more of a subjective thing because it was slow, but it was still like around 40 miles, high 30s. The thing is, because we were running from an even faster speed, and that's why when it slowed down, it kind of felt real slow and abrupt to my estimation. But I've been noticing it's always like around that area, like at least 35 and above. And so we made a left turn to Loring Road and made a right to Old Country, and then it was able to go to this entrance here before this green light, as you can see here. I'm not sure if you can, on the right. So I think it's been the first time, or first in the many tests that I had for Home Depot, that it made a right turn here. And I always do that. I make a right turn here before the light. So that's an interesting thing that happened. So it's something new that I want to point out. So those are all my takeaways for this test. And if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.